Hello, Barmy Badger Army.
Hey, Badger Army!
This video was requested by Dat Badger, and he put a video out the other day which was inspired by myself and Nick, and it was basically a video talking about more of a personal side to himself and his channel. And usually, back in the day I never used to reveal much about myself, but during the years I've sort of become a bit more personable and told you guys a bit more about the Badger. And it's interesting to talk about how we feel and things like that outside and in the real world. Now, Dat Badger has asked us to do some interesting bits and pieces about job searching, confidence during jobs, different ways to make money and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to reel it off and talk about a few bits and pieces. Right, Nick?
And we're running tight for time, so we have to do it as quickly and coherently as possible.
Indeed, not too quick. So basically what we're going to talk about is, Nick, have you got some tips for CV creation quick before we get cracking with the other stuff?
Start off, use an online CV creator.
That's right.
I used Zety for mine, Zety, which was quite good. It has, because you can put like a job title in it for like something that you've previously done. And so when you're listing your past experience, you can put that in, and you can, and you'll get kind of like some descriptions of like possible things that you could have said that are styled in a good CV-esque way.
Ooh.
So that's really good. I would say don't just like copy a load of them. Tailor them to the work you have done. Find the responsibilities that you have particularly done, and tailor them accordingly. I would say don't try and thrash out a CV, really quickly. You need to have you need to have the right terminology, and you need to, list your experience, list responsibilities that you've had. Yeah, I do think once you've got like a template and stuff, then a lot of it is quite self-explanatory, really.
Yeah, and like I was going to say, you need to treat a CV as like a live document. So you might even find that you're changing it monthly or weekly, yes, depending on what you're doing. You might find that every now and again something will come up and you go, oh yeah, I need to add that to my CV. Now, everyone only updates their CV once a year, but you shouldn't really. It should be a monthly thing that you go, oh, I'm just going to add this and change this. Or even if you're doing it and you're on an active job searching arrangement, then you should definitely go every week and change different bits. Treat it as a live document, like something you can go back to every now and again, and I think you're on to a winner. And of course, good advice is, now what you got to remember is nowadays everything's quick, speedy, bang bang bang, theoretically, so you should have a little bit about yourself and then roll off the other stuff, and ideally you want it between 2 and 3 pages long, no
3
more.
Might be a bit excessive.
3 might be a bit excessive though. I'd recommend 2 pages, because if you were a manager of a company, are you going to sit there reading a 10-page CV? If the answer is yes, you're insane. So the answer is no. So make sure you keep everything clear, informative, concise and interesting.
And with your job history, you might well benefit from sticking to the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been doing with my CV. I've largely stuck with the last 10 years.
That's right, yeah. So what I also was going to say is, yeah, do stick with the last 10 years, and anything notable, do that. And of course, make sure you have some interesting references as well to hand. I know that you don't have to put references on CVs now, but please keep them to hand just in case.
There's a bit of a rule of thumb with I think if you're just sending a speculative CV, its references available on request.
There you go.
If you're applying for a specific job, then you might be asked to put in, then you might find that you're better off putting in your 2 references.
Right, that's it. Anyway, now also, Nick, have we got some advice quickly on travel training and able to be less anxious on buses? We need to get through a lot in a very short space of time.
Plan your route. The great thing is now it is so much easier to plan routes. You can use TfL's website, which I use all the time when I'm going to filming jobs, because you often end up in very random locations.
That's right.
And if I'd been doing that kind of work 20 years ago, I would have been lost on the way to every single shoot I've ever done, and probably wouldn't be doing it now.
That's it.
So do plan your route. If you're able to do a test run beforehand, then do. If not, then make sure you set off with plenty of time. But yeah, plan your route. Find out, the best thing to do is find out the postcode of where you're traveling to. You can use Google Maps or tfl.gov.uk. I find the TfL website is a bit more precise and reacts more to, if there's any delays, or if part or all of the line is closed. So I would say, use that, and check it the night before as well, just so you can start planning. And and do try and set off a little bit earlier than. One thing that I say is that you'll get the option to leave at or to arrive by.
That's right.
With arrive by, always set it to 15 minutes earlier than the time you're due there.
Great time.
Don't set it to that time on the dot. So if you've got to be somewhere for 9,
get there.
Arrive by 8:45.
8:45 or 8:30. Excellent advice. Right now, also, Nick, as you well know, me and you do suffer from anxiety at times. How do you get past that while you're travelling or in other situations?
I would say if you've planned your route, that will take away part of the anxiety for you. And I would say, when you're on the train, breathe. It's just like
breathing
take time
exercises,
to breathe,
meditation, mindfulness.
Those help a lot. I mean, if you want to read something in the meantime, then do. Just make sure that you keep track of, make sure that you don't go past the stop.
That's happened to me before, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And also, like, obviously fidget spinners, all that sort of stuff is useful, and just taking yourself away from the situation. And obviously nowadays with COVID, make sure you're distancing where possible and wearing a mask, alcohol gel, all the business. So what else can we talk about?
The other thing I would say,
how to build experience, Nick. We need to be very quick. Would you say, like, working in retail, like small little charity shops, would be a good way to gain experience?
Yes, I would say. The thing is, it's like, never think that the job you do is unimportant. Shop workers have an extremely important job.
That's right.
Even if we all went to university, you'd still need someone to do those jobs. You'd still need someone to be cleaners and stuff.
That's right.
They have a very important role.
So somebody that lives in a small town and they don't really want to go outside that small town, what have you got tips for them? Would you say start small, the charity shops, build your experience, build your confidence,
by all
and
means,
then move
yes.
And there's going to be other places where you can get experience. It's not going to be just there. You might find that offices, other places like that, want help with different things that is maybe unpaid work and things like that. You need to look at these different things and research it. Up your confidence before you go for a big job or even a smaller job. Find yourself a different way to do these things.
And when you're invited to an interview, remember, you deserve to be there. Never think that you don't deserve to be there. If you've been invited there to do it, if you've been invited to that interview, then you deserve to be there, and the person interviewing you wants you to be amazing. They want you to do well. Never think they're working against you. They want you to be great. They want to offer you the job.
That's right.
So always remember that. You deserve to be there, and ultimately the person interviewing you is on your side and wants you to do well.
That's it. And also, you've got to remember that you are in control of what's going on. It's your destiny.
Indeed.
You can do this. Always remember that nowadays nothing's going to get handed to you. So you need to push and find different things to do and find ways to push forward. And you got this. I know you have. And
remind yourself that on the journey as well. We were talking about coping on the journey. That is what you need to remember.
That's it, definitely.
You matter. You matter. This job matters. Whatever work you do matters.
That's right.
And remembering that will carry you through the interview. Smile during the interview, shake hands, say hi to them. You wouldn't necessarily talk to them like an old friend. You'd be like, "All right, mate." You wouldn't necessarily do that.
Or the mistake I made, which was look at a fire extinguisher for an hour. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. But yeah, also we want to talk about ways in between jobs during COVID times, how to make money, and we were definitely going to say, obviously, build up YouTube, build up Patreon, Fiverr. Nick, tell everyone about Fiverr quick.
Fiverr is where you can offer a specific service for around $5.
Yeah.
If you go on the site, there's another one. I think it's a British one as well called 5 Squid, which also offers that service.
Yeah,
But
I might have to sign up
so
for
yeah,
that too.
think about what you can offer people in the meantime. You
That's
know,
it, and
whether it's
extra
essay
work as
proofreading,
well, like you've
extra
said.
work. The extras industry has you know, filming is back on again. There's lots going on every weekend and during the week, so look out for that. Look out for those. A lot of extras. Make sure that you check the arrangement for each extra site, because each one of these sites operates completely differently. It's like I have to tell, whenever someone asks me about being an extra, I'm just like right, we need to have like a proper full-on consultation for this, because yeah, I can't explain this simply in an email. So do check those out. We'll probably do a video on that at some point where we'll talk about the different arrangements that extra sites have. But I always actively encourage people to get involved in those.
Definitely. And look out for different ways. Like I was saying, if you do have a small YouTube channel, or if you have one that's not monetized, there are ways to activate the monetization, such as Patreon and things like that. And I know it's awkward. I know it's sometimes can be a bit weird, but you've got to be in it to win it. If you know, people will help you. If you ask for help and you need the help, people will help you.
Ask around in local places, but yes. But one thing I will say is be wary of work from home jobs where you have to pay a load of money to begin with.
Yeah, please be careful.
Starter packs and the like.
Yeah. Please be careful of making sure that the thing you're entering into is not a scam. By the way, Avon is hot trash. We've tried that. Don't attempt it. You know, the actual volume of stuff you have to sell to actually make money is just insane. So
there's a lot more companies like that. So do be wary.
Yes,
and they're constantly having to tell people that it's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, don't get involved with any pyramid schemes. Anyway, we digress. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video quick, and I hope it's been helpful, and hopefully one day I'll take my own advice.
One day.
Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this one has been helpful. And if you guys need a part 2, please don't mince your words. Please just say, can we have a part 2, guys?
And we will.
And we will. Thank you very much for watching this special on the bench, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Keep safe, keep well, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Indeed. Bye. Bye.
Just turn the thing off, okay?
Bye, everyone.